Hey family, this next PM, um, let's see, is it gonna give me a date? Okay, the date is on the 28th of August, and it says, "I have a topic for you, Tina. Interracial relationships. Should an African American woman open up her options to more than just African American men?" I have attached a response of mine regarding this article I already called an interracial fix for black marriage. Hmm. Apparently, 70% of African American women over the age of 40 are not married or never have been married. The author states several reasons why. Please do a response. I'm interested in your opinion. Well, you know what? To be perfectly honest with you, I don't have a problem whatsoever with interracial dating to a degree. Now, when I see, I guess I'm just the typical, I won't say the typical black woman, but I think a lot of my sisters, I think we all fare the same when we say that, you know, to see a black man with a woman of any other race, we tend to cringe a little bit and get a little tight. You know what I'm saying? A little uptight and shit. Clutch our pearls and shit. Look at the nigga all sideways and all that other shit. But when we see a sister with a man of any other race, we like, that motherfucker, he got some money. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what we do. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. Now, my problem with interracial, because see, now let me say this right here for the record. I've never, ever, ever, ever dated outside of my race. Okay? I've never dated outside of my race. I have a very dear friend of mine that is of a different nationality, very dear friend of mine. And, I without telling too much, because once I start talking about it, then you guys gonna be like, for real? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, keep it clean and keep it 100 on that aspect right there, because this ain't about me. You know what I mean? So, and anyway, did I even roll it around in my head to even take things a step further with him? I did. I did. And I think we as black women, I think we just want to be catered to. We want to be put on a pedestal. We want to be respected. We want to be loved a certain type of way. We want gifts and prizes, and we want that. We want that thing that we've always seen on TV. You know what I'm saying? On our soap operas and shit, where the man come home with flowers and he's sending shit to the job, and he's actually showing some form of emotion. And I won't say all of our black men, but some of our black men just don't show emotion, and the emotion that they show, and more times than not, is aggression, as opposed to being very soft and empathetic and and stuff like that, and very caring and nurturing and all those type of things. And as children growing up, and we would our little fairy tales and Cinderella and all that kind of shit, and it was this prince and this knight that's gonna come and gonna save the day, and he's gonna make everything right and rosy. Not one time was that motherfucker named Melvin. I'm just saying, his name was never Melvin. And so it's like now our brothers is going through some things. I mean, they are seriously going through some things. And brothers feel, some of them feel like, they feel, some of them have such a cockiness about them. Almost like some of these brothers feel an entitlement. Like, if you don't, then I'll go get me, you know what I'm saying? I'll go get Becky. That kind of old shit. You know what I mean? And, and then what bothers me the most is the fact that there's, just like you're saying here, 70% of African American women over the age of 70, I mean, excuse me, over the age of 40 have never been married or are, are single and stuff. And it is an epidemic. It's some shit going on. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, first of all, brothers got this motherfucking ratio shit that is this 10-to-1 shit, and I keep saying it. If I hear that motherfucking shit one more goddamn time, and I'm so quick to tell a nigga, yeah, you might hit me with that ratio shit on that 10-to-1 and it's 10-to-5 and all that kind of motherfucking shit, but all 10 of them ain't gonna want your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? And see, niggas nowadays, bros got so much motherfucking hang-ups, and it's too many of these motherfuckers got too many I ain't gots, and there's too many of these motherfuckers is trifling, and it's too many of them that's on the come up. I mean, let's just face it. And when you look at different races, they're more, they appear to be taking more care of their woman. And I think that is another reason why, some women have issues and problems with my lifestyle, is because I married a black man that, he provides. You know what I'm saying? He provides. And still to this day, he provides. I never had to, even when I got my nurse's license, when I became a nurse, because see, for years I was a CNA. I mean, I never discussed these things, but for years I was a CNA before I became a nurse. And, I never had to provide. I never had to provide for our family. I never had to, I'm so tired, I don't feel like getting up, and I gotta go to work, and this nigga sitting up in here playing Madden 11, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that there. And I really feel something for the sisters that are going through that. And Tyrell motherfucking ass is laid across the couch scratching his nuts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bring me a beer and all that kind of shit, knowing goddamn well you've been turning these patients every 2 hours round the clock down at that motherfucking nursing home. And so when a lot of the sisters check me out, and it's like, damn, this bitch got to be fucking somebody. Because how in the hell, this bitch got a house, she got a badass car, this bitch got a little money, this bitch got all these little extra zoom zooms and wham whams, this bitch is able to do this, that, and the other. And if you subjects call this bitch at 10:45 in the motherfucking morning, this bitch is laid across her motherfucking bed eating mint and chip ice cream, where the fuck do they do that at? Well, I have to say, in that category, I was blessed. I was blessed. And then, too, I didn't marry my husband because of something. I didn't marry him because, we had a baby on the way. We wasn't in that type of category. You know what I'm saying? And see, brothers nowadays, I want so much blame it on the brothers. I have to say, because it is the way it is, a lot of women is gaffed in a motherfucker. And they know so goddamn well that this nigga's over here with Keisha, but yet he got all his shit parked up at your house, and you ain't got no problem with sharing this nigga between you and Keisha. And see, when niggas feel like they got carte blanche to go over here and hit it and quit it over here, and then go over there and get a little bit over there, this nigga over here, getting shoes from her, and then he go over there and she paying his cell phone bill, then what the hell? You see what I'm saying? It's making these brothers more and more trifling and more feel like they can just do what the fuck ever because it's a woman that's gonna buy their motherfucking story. It's a woman that's gonna roll with their motherfucking program. And until women, our sisters, stand up and say, wait a minute, hold on, motherfucker. Go on over there with your goddamn wife and kids. I'm cool on your ass. Get that shit together. And if you still want to holler at me, then holler at me after you got the motherfucking paperwork with the stamp on it. But see, would that happen? No, not really. Because that would be so far and in between. And the reason being is because women, there's so many sisters out here tired of struggling. There's so many women out here tired of raising these kids by themselves. There's so many women out here just want to just be held sometime. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, just wrap your arms around me and just let me just open up my mouth and breathe out loud, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But see, the brothers nowadays, they just feel like they got their choice and pick on whatever. These bitches gonna roll with my program because I'm a hot commodity. And until women come together in a sisterhood and say, you know what, guess what? We ain't finna roll with your motherfucking program. Nigga, you ain't finna come over here and hit my shit in the middle of the night like motherfucking Blade and then go over there to her house when the shit ain't working out right over here. No, nigga. Until women start checking that shit at the door, brothers is gonna keep on coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And then we have this thing that, well, if we get us a white guy, then he ain't gonna do this, that he's gonna put us on a pedestal and he's gonna really love us. Well, white men fuck up too. They just got a little bit more sometime going on. Not all the time, but sometimes. They might have a little bit more money, but just because he white don't make that motherfucker exempt for cheating on his motherfucking wife and all that other shit. It's just the fact that they got a little bit more of a platinum card in the game. Because, see, the brothers, you know, they don't have it like that. So a lot of times they can't take care of 2 and 3 households at once and shit. Whereas the white guy, he gonna cheat on his wife too, but it's gonna be, you know, they in the chess playing and shit. So it's gonna be, you know, they gonna keep their trunk a little bit more tight. It's gonna be a little bit more inconspicuous. Whereas the brothers is raggedy. So, you know, I don't want black women to feel like, you know, it's going to be rosier or it's going to be better or it's going to be greater if I, you know, date outside of my race. And, you know, again, let me say, I've never dated outside of my race, so I don't know. But, you know, I remember my first year of college, and one of my girls, she had dated this white guy, an engineer for the county. You know what I'm saying? And here we are in our first year of college. You know what I'm saying? I'm 18. I think she was 18 and she was going on 19 because her birthday is in November. She's a Scorpio. So anyway, her birthday was coming up and she was turning 19 years old. And for her fucking birthday, the white guy that she was engaged to be married to him. They weren't married yet. And he had came up to the school and brought her a motherfucking car. We was tripping out like a motherfucker because it was like they was just engaged to be married. They weren't married yet. And here her engagement ring, well, y'all remember when them rings used to be out, it had them chips and shit in it. It like it has the round solitaire. It's not a solid stone, but it has the round. How can I? It's the clustered engagement rings. That's when them motherfuckers had first came out, and that was what 89, 90 when the cluster rings, and it gave you the illusion of you having a huge solitaire, but you just had diamond dust